Has your contract with Fox Sports 1 been renewed yet?
We are in the process of things right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Between Tampa and Los Angeles, it's like we've got all, I mean, two cities have glommed all the championships and players.
Can we just keep it a buck? If they're fine enough, if they're funny enough, or if their financial status is what you want, fine, funny, fucking money. You're throwing all boundaries, standards, all that shit you talked on Instagram about how you would never, and this woman ain't kid, because women this and men this, you're moving forward with this person.
Joy Taylor is out at Fox. She has been giving her walking papers. She is fired. All right. And do not let the headlines fool you. Okay. They're trying to pass this off as, well, we're just not renewing her contract. Yeah. But in the corporate world, that means that you have been fired. All right. Joy Taylor is out of there. And let's face it. Let's just be real. Okay. Because I'm not about to sugarcoat this like everybody else has been doing. For some reason, everybody is sugarcoating this Joy Taylor experience by trying to take it light on her and saying, oh, I don't want to invest in her downfall and I don't want to talk about her. I don't have anything bad to say about her. What are you talking about? What are y'all talking about? This is a chick who was out here literally sleeping her way up to the top of the food chain. She was busting them ashy cheeks open so that she could get a promotion to climb to the top of the ranks. And then she was also willing to bring anybody along and expose them to that nefarious type of lifestyle and way to climb the corporate ladder as well. Are y'all serious? Why should we put the gloves on for Joy Taylor? What the fuck has Joy Taylor done? Huh? Joy Taylor doesn't have a talent. She doesn't have a talented bone in her body. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Joy Taylor has been, it turns out that Jason Whitlock was dead on. He was spot on when he said that Joy Taylor was unqualified to be the host of a show and the front runner of any sports related talk show. Spot on. What has Joy Taylor done to give anybody the notion or idea that she is qualified to be the face and host of a sports-related talk show in syndication every single day, when we literally have analysts that have been doing this and have been in the game for decades that haven't gotten the opportunity that Joy has? All because she's got a pretty face and big tits. Let's keep this shit real. I'm sick of y'all. Why are y'all glazing this? Why are y'all doing this? Why won't y'all just be open and honest? That's part of the problem. Joy Taylor has never done anything of note or mention. She started a podcast with Taylor Rooks, who was another beautiful black woman who has graced the sports world. She's got all of the athletes on edge. Anytime Taylor Rooks gets in front of the athletes, they start talking dumb, start looking crazy because she fine as hell. But these two, even their looks together, with how beautiful and glamorous they are, even these two together could not succeed in the podcasting world. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because the audience over here on the podcast world and on YouTube does not translate like it does when you're thrown in front of the spotlight on TV on a national syndicated daytime talk show that is centered around sports and a ton of men watching. Those same men are not going to show up on YouTube to watch your little podcast. Sorry, it's not happening. Let's not act like we don't know what this is. Let's not act like we don't know what this is, y'all. if Joy Taylor had A cups and she was slightly uglier, do you think that she would have ever gotten the position to host a sports-related talk show? Let's be serious. Don't be dense on me. Don't be dense on me. And if y'all call this taking a shot at Joy Taylor, oh well. The facts will do that. The truth will do that. It'll come off that way. But Joy Taylor has never. If you just go and watch a couple of the shows that Joy Taylor hosted. She wasn't blowing away her co-host and analyst with her spot on takes about sports and the game of basketball or baseball or anything else. She wasn't wowing the fans with her sports takes. She wasn't exactly pulling out facts and able to spout off all of these different numbers and accolades of athletes and stars in the game. She don't even have the capacity to have that knowledge because she hasn't studied it like other analysts have. She's just out there because she looks good. That's it. You had your time, and now your time is up. Your time is up. That's all this is. Now, let's read a little bit of this. I don't want to read the whole thing because there's a dozen YouTube episodes out right now that are reading from the same article. So I just want to hit a couple of the key points before we move on. Joy Taylor is out at Fox Sports as part of a series of moves that will also see the network's cable arm FS1 cancel Speak, the show Joy Taylor co-hosts, as well as its 2 morning programs. Sources briefed on the decisions told The Athletic. By the way, on that show, The Speak, is also Emmanuel Acho, which is the dude that everyone has alleged Joy Taylor was sleeping with and cracking her legs open for, which is why he came out to her defense when she was going through all that scrutiny, and her makeup designer came out and said, hey, Joy Taylor's a piece of shit. And she slept her way to the top. Emmanuel Acho was the first one to come to her defense in a video that has now been deleted.
That's what I have to deal with, people. Like, just, I'm over here focused on the show, and, I don't know what exactly she's doing.
Listen, somebody has to look good around here, okay?
Slick, you see that shade she threw at you, bro? Because you weren't talking to me.
That was everyone.
Just got done with rehearsal for the new show Speak, and I got to take a moment to shout out my co-host Joy Taylor. A woman, a black woman, daily show, sports. Do you all realize how hard it is to get into the position that she is in? So often there's misogyny and sexism running rampant in sports, and we don't even care what women have to say in sports. But Joy is not only in the position on television as a woman, as a black woman, but as an opinionist. So not just asking men what they think, but providing her own unique and distinct insight. It's hard to do, and Joy, you have done it. So congratulations. Looking forward to working with you.
Well, let's continue. It says the 3 shows struggled to find a huge audience, prompting the cancellations. And Joy Taylor, who was 38, so you might as well say 40. Joy Taylor is 40 years old. She's divorced. Has been in the headlines over the past year as FS1 has been embroiled in harassment allegations against its former top programming executive, Charlie Dixon. In one of the 2 lawsuits, Nushin Faraji, who was a makeup artist, accused Dixon of sexual battery, and the suit alleged that Taylor told Faraji to, quote, get over it. Taylor denied the allegations, of course, because what else is she going to do? Aside from, of course, she's going to deny the allegation. Dixon has been out of at the network since late April. So has Skip Bayless. The interesting thing about this is that Fox Sports had no idea that when they decided to choose Skip Bayless over Shannon Sharp, that they were literally signing their death march papers right then and there. They had no idea that when Shannon Sharp said, okay, y'all don't appreciate me over here, I'll go over to ESPN with Stephen A. They had no idea what was going to follow after that, because ever since Shannon Sharp has left the Fox Sports platform, that entire network has been in shambles. It has been one big clusterfuck of fires that they have been running around trying to put out. It has been nothing but a shit show over there since Shannon Sharp departed. And it ain't going to get better. Let's continue. Colin Cowherd's The Herd, which begins at noon, and First Things First with Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and Kevin Wiles at 3 p.m. will continue in their time slots. And let me say something about those two shows. I do like those two shows. I like Colin, even though his takes are wild and he's off and wrong as hell. I still like him. I think he's very entertaining, and I think he's knowledgeable, despite how many times he's wrong as a sports analyst. Same thing goes with Nick Wright and Chris Broussard, Kevin Wiles. I love their show. I love First Things First. I think those guys are funny. I think they're entertaining. And I love what they bring and the conversation that they bring to the sports world, especially when they're talking about the NBA. I love it over there. Even if I disagree with Nick Wright most of the time, because I think that he's an idiot, I still think he's entertaining. I still think their show is entertaining. They have something with those two shows, and clearly they believe so too, because they keeping them on. So we can sit here and talk about all the cuts they're making, and this is only because they need to make some cuts. No, this is for ratings. You don't get cut when your ratings are high. You don't get cut when your ratings are at the ceiling. You don't get cut when you're showing improvement and people are showing up to watch your show in the terms of millions and millions and millions of people. You don't get your show cut for that. Get your show cut when you're not performing. And despite them trying to bring in Paul Pierce to help her as an analyst on her platform to speak, and despite them putting, I think they've had maybe 5 people at once on that show before. It was way too many people. But despite that, the show has failed. It failed because nobody wanted to hear from any of them. They didn't. When you're in media, everything is about numbers. And if you ain't producing, you got to go. Pack you up. Thanks for coming, but pack you up. Now, I want to play a little clip. I played it before on this channel. I cut it up before and we watched it. But I want to play this clip from Jason Whitlock yet again because I want to show y'all. A lot of people called it hate at the time. A lot of people said Jason Whitlock, and they cracked jokes on him. Oh, you would never have a shot at Joy Taylor with Joy Taylor. I don't think that's where Jason Whitlock was coming from. What he was saying was, listen, I understood what it was when Joy Taylor came onto the scene. I knew exactly what was happening. He caught it. But just in case you didn't see it, let me remind you.
And I don't say this to be hypercritical of Joy Taylor. I don't have harsh opinions of Joy Taylor. She's not someone that I didn't get along with. I basically, for the most part, just kept my distance from Joy Taylor. And I kept my distance not because I didn't like her. It's just because I knew myself. I know myself. I know what I'm capable of. And that big rack of hers that she showed off constantly, it's just, and that peanut butter skin with that big rack, like, Jay, keep your distance. That's going to get you into trouble. And so that's what I did. I kept my distance. Because when you put some woman in a job, talking sports with a bunch of men, it's a job she's not qualified for. She's talking sports with professional athletes, people that did it at the highest level. She's talking sports with me or Colin Cowherd or other people that have like really studied sports at a super high level. What does she have to offer other than her sex appeal? And so should we be surprised that she leaned into that? No, we should. They put her in that position where it's the only thing she had to offer. And so she offered it up and got what she wanted. Let's think this through. As if you go into the lawsuit and the things that Nusheen says and the way she says things played out, Joy Taylor was some sort of fill-in talk show host down in Miami who, you know, people in Miami kind of knew who she was. I think she may have had some association with Dan Le Batard or whatever, but she hadn't taken Miami by storm as a radio talk show host. She was a little extra, attractive girl. Jason Taylor's sister. Hey, let's put her on radio. But she hadn't really done anything.
I'm going to stop it right there. He goes on to further explain why Joy Taylor did not deserve a spot headlining any show anywhere. Again, she hadn't done anything. And if you ever needed any more proof, all you had to do was look. It's right there in front of your faces. The proof is right there. Now, I took the liberty of pulling up her YouTube podcast that she was co-hosting at one point in time called Too Personal. You see, it says hosted by Joy Taylor. Well, it was hosted by Joy Taylor and Taylor Rooks. But again, once they didn't receive the reception that they thought they would, I think Taylor Rooks said, you know what, I'm out of here. And so now it's just Joy Taylor. Taylor Rooks said, you know what, I got a secure job. I'll be okay. I'll go find something else to do. However, Joy Taylor has been going harder than ever in a podcasting world. If you look at her videos, she has been trying to get this shit off. And a lot of people are saying that Joy Taylor's going to be okay. I'm not so sure. I think Joy Taylor might need to go ahead and sign up, prepare her pictures and her catalog for Onlyfans. Just go ahead and join. You done already did the work anyway. You done already cracked them legs open to reach the top of the media world. Why not do it again for the cameras, for OnlyFans, so you can be in the top 1% out or whatever the girls say that they are these days. So you can put that in your bio. But honestly, people are saying, "Oh, Joy Taylor, oh, she'll be fine, she'll be okay." I'm not so sure. Look at her YouTube. Joy Taylor, who is very, very pretty in the face, huge rack, two things that men love, but she's only got 17.7 thousand subscribers, y'all. I got 6,000 and I don't have no titties. I got 6,000. And I think we can get to 10 by the end of the year. If I do what I'm supposed to do. Joy Taylor only got 17.7 thousand subscribers, y'all. And then if you scroll down and start looking at these videos and you take a closer look at these videos. She does a video. She's clipped up a bunch of her talk show podcast episodes. She's clipped them up, right? But look at the views. Look at her clip with Kev on stage. 587 views. For Joy Taylor, 364 views 3 days ago. From Joy Taylor? Okay, she had 18,000 views here. 549 views. She did it. She clipped up a bunch of her She made a bunch of clips from her episode with 19 Keys. That goofy ass nigga. I don't know why y'all keep bringing 19 Keys on y'all shows. I have no clue. No clue. A dude who has been a fraud from day one and still out here selling y'all some fucking gold water and charging y'all $1,800 for the stupid ass hat that he got on. Whatever. But yeah, even these episodes, 1.9K views, 455 views. Her podcast ain't doing well. It's not doing the numbers to justify the means for a person that has had as much exposure as Joy Taylor has had. Now, these numbers for somebody like me would be cool. But I haven't hosted no show on Fox Sports. I haven't been exposed worldwide and put in front of an entire media world and syndication every single day. You would think that somebody that has had that type of exposure would have a lot more views. But no. Look at this. Clarissa Shields, 15K. That's not a lot. It's a lot for me. Because I'm a small channel still on the come up. But for Joy Taylor, you can't survive off 15K views. And for people saying that she gonna be all right, I don't know. Because when them checks stop coming in from Fox Sports, where's she gonna go to get that same amount of money, the type of money she was making over there? You know she ain't going. You know ESPN ain't having her. So what other network she gonna go to? What other network is she gonna go to be able to secure the bag like she had over there at Fox Sports? Y'all let me know in the comments. Because maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm off. But at the top of the media landscape as far as the sports world goes, we all know it's ESPN and then Fox. If you ain't got one of those, where you at? Where you at? And some of y'all might be wondering, why did I bring up the fact that she was divorced earlier, close to 40 years old? Because those are factors that matter. Hey, Joy Taylor ain't getting no younger. Joy Taylor ain't getting no younger. She creeping up on 40. She's knocking on the 40 years old door. She's right there outside knocking on the 40 years. She's about 40 years old. She's not getting no younger. She's divorced. She has no man in sight that wants to keep her. They'll knock her off. They'll crack her them legs open. That ain't the same as a man keeping you. You couldn't keep the man. That marriage lasted 1 year. 1 year. So what the hell do I need to listen to Joy Taylor for? She can't even keep a man for more than 1 year. She can't keep a marriage for more than 1 year. What we listening to her? She don't know nothing about sports. She don't know nothing about relationships. Why in the world will we go and listen to the Too Personal show with Joy Taylor? She's literally failed in every area that she's speaking on, despite her looks and despite her sleeping her way to the top. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Sounds harsh, but that's the truth. I think Joy Taylor is cooked. And she can post as many videos and photos as she wants with her vacation in Bali or wherever else she is or whatever tropical island it is. But make no mistake about it. I think behind the scenes, Joy Taylor is trying to figure out where the next bag is going to come from. Because she will not be receiving them checks, them big checks like she's been getting from Fox Sports anymore. And you know she ain't coming over to ESPN. I think she's cooked. And right now she's in panic mode. I hope she saved up some of that money she was making. I hope she made some investments or something. I hope she was smart with it. Anyway, Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments about this whole Joy Taylor situation. Like I said, Jason Whitlock called it. He called it early. Also, Marcellus Wiley called it. They both said, listen, from day one, she was unqualified to be in the position that she was. It was by the grace of her coochie that she was a host on any spot, on any sports network. But it's over now. Thanks for coming. Don't come again. It's done. Drop a comment. I'll let y'all later.